let's sit down at home. At home also. We are in danger. Simply, we are trying to counter it. That is called
Oops, sorry. Sorry.
They depend on nature.
Okay, we need a microphone too. I'll do that. Okay, thank you. So Baba Bhajan can tune in now or no? Yeah.
I don't know, Taji. मेरे लिए pray करना.
Oh, thank you, Prabhu. I always.
Manufacturing, the real question is different. So the difference is, it is not that because we are not different like than the cat and dog, we haven't got to be different. Yes?
और चाहिए?
But in a better way, not better way, after all we have done. So anyway, we think that it is better way. So material life means how to live both things, how to eat, how to sleep, and how to have nice sex, and how to but these things are not solving our problems. Then we do not. The problem is not that we Indians have come to America to see that very rich nation, whether they have solved the problem. No, there is a problem.
We have all the garland.
Yes.
I have it. I got it. Don't worry.
We only have only one problem.
Oh, are these the garlands?
Actually, there is no, but we are advertised in starting. But I have not seen anyone.
That's what the trash. Mataji, if you could just clean up there.
Anyway, so the problem is material life. And if you want to solve the problem,
Did it again.
then here it is.
It looks like a little room of flowers.
Some Tam means the Supreme Personality of God. Then the question may be, now you have asked me to give up on my liver or maintaining yourself to the understanding. You have to decide that for your food, you just wait under a tree and he will give you some food to eat. But water, you go to the river and drink that water every day. Then, before the first, for sleeping, there is very nice mattress, the bed, and go to bed, very natural. You go to bed. But if you want to advance in spiritual life,
इसका क्या करना है?
simply you have to give up the center to the man, and the essence of center will drive the center. Otherwise, there is full arrangement for eating, compartment, apartment, everything. Temple also, yeah, you know. Where is the temple? I want one thing.
Maybe I can give you more flowers, Mataji. ये जो मिल गया गार्लैंड के लिए रखे थे माताजी.
ओके, निकाल दो.
Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami advised, no, evam satute satayeva suti. You know, within the core of your heart, the Lord is there. You sit down anywhere, at the cave, the jungle, or anywhere. If you like, you can find out the Lord is there within your heart. God. And Krishna is also situated in Ishvara Sarupa. It is not that he is situated in the heart of the Hindu and not of the heart. No. Everyone, Sarvabhutana, he is situated in the heart of man and God. Ishvara Sarvabhutana. These words we have discussed is very, very important. That these body becomes like a mortal body. Jotro. Maya, Brahman, Sarvabhutani, Jotro, Brahman. Maya, through the agency of Maya, material energy, this vehicle, machine has been given to me. Why? Because I wanted to wander throughout the world, just like they are going to Mudra. So everyone has got this is called theology, idea. Everyone, every human being, if he is not human being, he considers, that is theological mind, he considers, oh, there are so many stars, well, what that means, whether there is no fire, these questions are really because that is the beginning of the nature. Practically, in fact, we are from all over things. Not only that we have come to this planet, we have traveled many other planets. Otherwise, how to say, Brahman,
Bring one mask from the drawer for Mataji.
Sarvabhutani, all living entities, either in the higher planetary system or the lower planetary system. And how is coming? Sarvabhutani. This is Tantra. This is body. This is human body. But if I want to go to the moon planet and other
That's
planets,
beautiful.
you get. But not this
Sprays,
your
peacock feathers. Gorgeous.
No.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to take the Tantra, the God, the vehicle.
That was a good idea. I can't take
You
credit for
give,
peacock.
you want the idea that if you want to go to the new planet, then you pray to Krishna that give me a Tantra or a machine
This looks
I
like
can go.
he's in a
Then
room of this.
otherwise you unnecessarily spend money and try to go somewhere and drink some gas.
We'll keep it here if somebody needs it. I didn't see. Mataji, don't mix the colors. No?
Then
Yeah.
you have to prepare
I don't want to.
in this life. Pray to the Supreme Lord who has created all these moon and sun and other this planet. And he is ready, qualified to go there.
Did somebody make up, did the boys make up the new Narcik tray?
Very, very high. Similarly,
That's good, Mataji.
very, very cold in the moon planet. Down they go with this one. This one needs this measure. Then you have to accept another measure. That is the problem. That is everything low. John is the of love and long. The dream God, he is the heart. Who is God, God is he. What do I know? He comes to harm. But it is clear that if you want to go to the heavenly planet or higher planetary system, then in front of you, you can see that the sun planet is there. But you are so unqualified, you cannot go. But it is being there. It is not existent. It is present here, it is
No, he's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Without sunshine, you are very much proud of life. But as soon as there is no sun, Krishna, within your heart, and you permanently who is very kind. Therefore, he gives you different types of way. Brahman Sarvabhutani Jatra Gurhani. Brahman means making wonder in every planet, every species of life. Sarvabhutani, all species of life. There are different types of gods, different types of beasts, different types of human beings. This is called the Vishnu, right? God gives and right. So, if you want to go somewhere, within the physical world or beyond, beyond. First, the smart bhavana, bhakta, bhakta, because living information that there is another material nature, that is spiritual. That's why we have got this experience, although we could not go anywhere. But we see, by studying geography, there are many hundred thousand planets. Similarly, there is another, there are also similar, the same, not only same, it is 3 times more than the physical world. This is only God's one part. Ekadashina Sudha. Atava Bhutantina Pinyatina Avadana Vishtava Ham Idam Krishnam Ekadashina Sudha. When Krishna wanted to know, Arjuna wanted to know from Krishna, how much your potency is extended, how you are working. Because he intuitively, Brahma-Jnana, we try to understand what you know. God is personality. So he has stated in that chapter that I am this, I am this, then he summarizes that how much I shall say, just try to understand my that this material world, that innumerable universes, and each universe there are innumerable planets. So I want in every one of them, which the God the sky situated in everyone's heart. And similarly, the sky situated in everything in within it. We want to be Krishna. We are asked, we are not.
What happened?
Krishna, God's name is can be become that is greater than the great. You can conceive of the greatest universe. So, not only this universe, but many millions of universes they have been created from the whole of the body. Just so the necessity of the Karma, Jivanti, Lord, God has got one and from that whole he will breathe the soul of God. So we must have what is the conception of God? Greater than the greatest and smaller than the he can produce these big universes simply by breathing. And again, we do not know how many atoms are there in each universe.
Yeah, now I can do the shower. I come in there.
So, yeah, locally, that we are suffering. We are simply thinking that in future, we might do that. But before that future comes, this is not only one, but many times. This is like millions of years, yeah, and then this will be. No, it is not knowledge. That how your age is 50 or 60 years, how you are concept of millions of years. Your 50, 60 years of age will be millions times finished before you realize this. But it's so common. This 50, 60 years. Now, that way cannot. Generally, if you speculate in a foolish way, or ignorance is good. Generally, by your unique brain and limited self-perception. So take the prescription of the heart. Wow. The first is that you are material enough. Material enough meant so long I will be attracted by material thing. Krishna will give me material people. If we want this temporary material enjoyment, then according to the body there is enjoyment. In the ants life, there is also the same thing, eating, sleeping, sex, and defense. And in the Lord, or the King, everything, we have the same propensity, eating, sleeping, wedding, and defense. So if you go to the moon planet, or sun planet, or the topmost planets, wherever you go, the four things will go. Eating, sleeping, wedding, defense, and one day, old age. So long you shall remain in this particular world. I may be Lord in God, or President of America, or that. You cannot avoid this goal. That is the problem. But if you want to solve the problem, that is the problem. Miracle. And I will ask our kingdom, don't aspire for material. Enjoyment is there. Don't think that if I stop my material enjoyment, then my life of enjoyment is finished. No, it is not finished. Just like a diseased man, he is also eating, he is also sleeping, he is also having other duty. But he is eating, sleeping, and a healthy man is eating, sleeping. It's not the same. Look at me. Our material enjoyment, eating, sleeping, making, that is full of danger. We cannot enjoy it without any interest. There are so many bitter taste. A man is not be to put in a sugar candy, you taste is bitter. That is bad. But the same person who is pure from the non-beauty, you taste it very sweet. Similarly, in the material condition of life, there are so many evils. We cannot enjoy like food. If you want food to enjoy it, then you must come to this. With Bhagavata Sasana, these particular words have been described to Lord Buddha. That this is Dukkha, it is the place of misery. When you say, no, I have made that man, I have gone down to man's bad parents, my wife is very nice, my children are also very nice, oh, I don't know. No, sir, you cannot be victim. Dukkha, Prasasana, if you agree to stay here in this miserable condition, right? That is also not. No permanent settlement. The one thing after that. So these problems, where is the scientific research from? But the problem is there. Who wants to give up whatever happened to the God? Everyone has got but nobody wants to give up his life. It is very false these things. The man is crying. I am now dying. What is that? He's poor. Imagine that. Look, this is the problem. So where is the solution of the problem? There is no solution. If you want solution of the problem, then Krishna says, Mam Veda Gopira Dukkha Namaha Nam Gopira Mahana Samsiddhi Bhagavan. If one comes to me, Mam Veda, then he has got again in this particular world full of me. So, yes, if they put something to understand, then you will not do it. Your all problems.
Can I take one flower? Okay. No, if you don't, if you need it, that's okay. Yeah. It's,
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hey, that's all Krishna. Hare everyone. Thank you for coming to the 125th anniversary appearance day of His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. It's a big year. So, did everybody who's here write an offering for the Philadelphia Vyas Puja book? Pretty much everybody? Raise your hand if you did. Oh, just 3 so far? And Purnamasti and Dutch. Okay, so they came out really nice this year. We have front cover in color and the back cover. And we had, I believe, 61 devotees write a homage for the book. So it's very special this year. So if you wrote an offering for it, we have a gift to give you of a copy of the book, okay? And so the schedule is going to be, we just watched the video from 10 o'clock, and we'll start on homages of those devotees who wrote their offering for the book, and then those that would like to speak from the heart and say, unless you've written something you want to read also from your heart, you have no more than 5 minutes, please. We need to keep a schedule like that so more devotees can speak their heartfelt offering to Srila Prabhupada. Okay? To begin, I wanted to read you a pastime of Srila Prabhupada. This is another Vyas Puja book that comes out every year, but Jayadvaita Swami started this. It's called Srila Prabhupada's Tributes, and it's actually written by not every, but this year was over 600 Srila Prabhupada disciples from all over the world. And what's different about this one is that Jayadvaita Swami invites all of the Prabhupada disciples, whether you're actively involved in ISKCON or whether you're involved in other organizations that are under Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement. It doesn't matter when it comes to this book. Everyone, sannyasis, brahmacharis, grahastas, everyone is invited to glorify Srila Prabhupada and send in their offering. Okay, so I have a very close friend and god sister, Kanchan Balda. She now lives with her husband of, I think they've been married 52 years or something. They joined in the Matchless Gifts 2nd Avenue Temple in the 60s. Kanchan Balda was like me. She joined at 16 years old, still in high school. And of course she couldn't move into the temple, her mother said, until she was 18. So she waited and waited. But 2nd Avenue, Matchless Gifts, that was the first temple in ISKCON, was this little storefront that we still run and have programs on a regular basis in New York on the Lower East Side. And you can go there and see it, and you can see Prabhupada's apartment upstairs. You can look at the windows and see where he lived. It's really a nice day trip. Jivan, before you sit down, can you shut the temple room door, please? Thank you. So it's a nice day trip, because then a couple of blocks away you can follow in Srila Prabhupada's footsteps and go to Tompkins Square Park, where the city is actually hung a plaque by the tree, and it's the Srila Prabhupada tree. And so that's where Prabhupada would sit under that tree every day and take out his pair of kartals and just start chanting Hare Krishna, and people would just become attracted. And that's how this whole worldwide organization of ISKCON began, right under that tree. So that tree gets a lot of mercy. So Kanchan Baladasi, my dear friend and god sister, wrote an offering in this book, this Vyas Puja book, and she tells about this pastime. And try to stay with me here, because one thing connects to the other. There's a book written by another god sister of ours named Her Grace Mula Prakriti Devi Dasi. Mula Prakriti left her body in Vrindavan several years ago, and I was asked to come and meet her and her husband in Amsterdam airport to help get her to Vrindavan because she was leaving her body from cancer. So I did that, and I was there taking care of her in the summer months in Vrindavan. It was very, very, very austere. We lost all the water at MVT, and it was right when, before the monsoon hit, so it was extremely hot, 116 degrees Fahrenheit with no running water. It was so austere. But anyway, what Mula Prakriti did right after Prabhupada left the planet was she went over to India and she met with so many, she just sought them out all over India. One word of mouth led to another connection and another connection. And she met so many people that knew Srila Prabhupada in the 1930s, the 40s, the 50s, way before Prabhupada ever came to the West. So she interviewed these people and she got so much nectar, so many beautiful stories about Prabhupada's pastimes that happened way before we knew him. So, you know, there's one that comes to mind where there was this young man that would come into his quarters in his rooms at Radha Damodar Temple when Prabhupada took on the cross. He stayed there, and then after he took sannyas, he stayed there. And he was planning this whole mission to come to the West. So it's where Rupa Goswami Samadhi is at the Radha Damodar Temple. It's one of the main temples in Vrindavan. So Prabhupada had a kitchen room and he had a bedroom and study, and that was the extent of his home. So it's right off the courtyard of Radha Damodar, so you can go there and you can sit in his rooms and chant. It's really a great experience. So there was this one young man that would come in and sweep, you know, the rooms while Prabhupada was going to the Goshala every morning to get milk. And so he swept this big, huge spider web that was hanging in the corner of Prabhupada's bedroom. And there went the spider out the door, and there went his hard work with the spider web. So he thought he was doing a good job cleaning, and that Prabhupada would be happy with that. So Prabhupada comes back, you know, with his little container of milk, and he looks immediately and says, "Where did the spider go?" And the boy explained, you know, "I got rid of him because I thought it was cleaner this way," you know. And Prabhupada was very unhappy, and he said, that spider was here way before I moved here. So I was a guest in his home. Okay, this is Srila Prabhupada. He had respect for the tiniest of insects because he could see spirit soul in the heart of that insect. And he could see Krishna's super soul right next to that soul. So he was disturbed by that. He never wanted to disturb any living entity at all, physically, mentally, emotionally, nothing. He never wanted to disturb anybody, anything. So in this offering by my dear God sister Kanchanbala, she writes about another pastime that was in Mula Prakriti's book. By the way, this book is called Our Srila Prabhupada, and she compiled all of these stories into this one book, and it's definitely worth reading this book. So this one says, a pujari from Sri Adwaita Acharya's house in West Bengal came by to see Sri Ram Mayapur Temple in 1980 with a copy of a BTG article about Srila Prabhupada, A Lifetime in Preparation. The pujari at Adwaita Acharya's house was there for many years back in the 1940s and 1950s. At that time, he noticed one Grihastha Bengali coming quite regularly. He always came to the mandir alone and would sit in the back without speaking, just chanting on his mala very quietly and deeply. After chanting many hours, he would always thank me and leave. His presence was profound, and the pujari was attracted to him, yet didn't speak to disturb his devotion. Sometimes he would notice Srila Prabhupada's eyes would be full of tears and his voice would be choked up. Then, for a very long time, he did not come. However, the pujari distinctly recalled that in August 1965, he saw a saffron cloth sannyasi sitting in the back of the mandir and recognized him to be his old friend from before. Again, Srila Prabhupada sat chanting Hare Krishna in deep concentrated devotion, weeping. Then he paid his Dandavat Pranam for a long time and came over to the pujari, thanking the pujari for his seva. The pujari asked, "Who are you? I remember you from long ago." Srila Prabhupada replied, "My name is Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. I am an unworthy disciple of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, my Divine Master." And if I could just interrupt for a moment, it really struck me that when Srila Prabhupada's introducing himself, the first thing he identifies himself as the disciple of his guru. That's his identity. I have been coming here for such a long time because my Gurudev has given me an impossible mission to go across the ocean to the west and spread the sublime teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have not known how this mission of his will be successful, so I've been coming here to this special house of Sri Advaita Acharya, along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda. Thus I have been praying very earnestly that they will empower me and guide me. I want to satisfy my Gurudev's desire, but I am feeling unqualified to do this. As he was speaking, the pujari saw tears falling down his cheeks again. Then he continued, "Tomorrow I am leaving for Calcutta upon a ship across the ocean to America. I don't know what will befall me there, but I am praying most earnestly here for help." Then he very humbly asked the pujari for his blessings. The pujari was so moved by this sincerity and determination. It was a few years later that I began noticing for the first time white Vaishnavas coming to Advaita Bhavan. They were wearing dhotis and saris and chanting on Tulsi Mala. One of them gave the pujari this Bhaktivedanta magazine from America. As he looked at the photographs, the pujari recognized a picture of the founder Acharya who had brought Krishna consciousness to the West. It was a picture of his friend Bhaktivedanta Swami, who had come and prayed here so many times before. Then he realized that Srila Prabhupada actually accomplished that impossible mission of his Gurudev. He saw that it was indeed Prabhupada starting alone and without pretense who had accomplished this glorious miracle against all odds. The pujari said, "As soon as I saw this, I came here to his temple in Mayapur to tell you this information. I know that he has gone from this world now, but thought you might want to hear this story about your and my beloved Srila Prabhupada." What a nice pastime. So, did you make a list or no? We don't have a list yet. Okay, raise your hand if you'd like to read your offering from the Vyas Puja book. Krishna Priya Govan, would you like to come up first? Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna, everybody. We are celebrating today's Prabhupada Appearance Day, 125th anniversary. And I would like to say a few words. Dear Srila Prabhupada, Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine, निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतानी में जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि श्री गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Dear Srila Prabhupada, Gurudev, please accept my most humble obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving us the treasure of your books such as Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and many more. After studying them, I came to so many realizations like who am I, what is the purpose of my life, what my constitutional position is, and how I am supposed to dedicate my life to the service of Vaishnava, Guru, and Krishna. Your explanations are clear and easy to understand and based on science. You have very kindly given us Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And taught us how by chanting this Maha Mantra we can connect with Krishna and eventually go back to our spiritual home to serve Krishna eternally. I will be forever grateful for that. Your mercy and compassion are forever flowing towards all living entities. Gurudev, I pray at your lotus feet for your blessings so that I may become worthy of that. Please help me to follow your instructions and serve you sincerely. Your humble servant, Krishna Priya Devidas. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay, would someone else like to come up and give their homage, please?
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your divine grace. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatarni. Srila Prabhupada, you saved me. When I was lost at sea in the vast material ocean of misery, you sent your disciples to fulfill your purpose. They casted their nets with base of pratap, kirtan, japamala, the chanting of the holy name of Krishna, and with their rope of love, to my delight, I became completely hooked. Srila Prabhupada, you saved me, and you will continue to do so through your devotees. Your inexhaustible lectures are purifying. You always provide answers with your encouraging words. Your body is here to pull us away from Maya's influence and place us in love and service to Krishna. All glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. You have firmly placed ISKCON on a solid foundation, like a transcendental master builder. Your 7 glorious purposes of ISKCON is our blueprint to lead us to the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Sankirtana mission will continue forever as we serve the community at large. Please watch over us and help us to fulfill your desires. Your servant, Arvind
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadadine. I want to read my 2 sons' offerings, not because they're deserving or that they're very special, but because Srila Prabhupada, we need your blessings, your guidance. Please give them intelligence to take on this path. And because we need the next generation to take this on and move your mission, your movement forward. So my older one writes, Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. Through your mission and example, you have provided millions of people the instruction on how to live a fulfilling life and discover our true purpose to go back to Krishna. Your teachings have allowed me to approach life by looking at the big picture and understanding the true purpose of life. For this, I am eternally grateful, and I hope to continue learning and progressing towards that goal. Your humble servant, Maruti. And my younger one writes, Dear Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the assembled devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. For 25 and a half years, I have read, spoken, and taken your lessons and applied to my daily life. Through your lessons and mission, you have provided a foundation for millions of people to live a peaceful and spiritual life and emphasized our true purpose to follow Lord Krishna's teachings and escape this material world and aspire to go back to Godhead. In today's ever-evolving world of chaos, misfortune, and misguidance, your lessons have allowed me to maintain a sense of serenity and peace as I navigate through life's hurdles, and have given me the strength and courage to accept that the most important thing is to surrender to Lord Krishna. On this 125th anniversary, I offer my sincerest gratitude unto you and continue to pray and continue learning. Your humble servant, Raja.
Okay, can someone else come up and read their homage?
Dear Srila Prabhupada, Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Ki Nami Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadare. Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your divine grace. Gurudev, from your writings and recorded lectures, I have been very fortunate in learning about pure bhakti to Lord Krishna. It all has made a tremendous difference in my life. Though I am only scratching on the surface of the mountain of pure bhakti, I will remain indebted to you for whatever I have learned. Gurudev, what you achieved in spreading Krishna consciousness throughout the world, particularly after the age of 65 and in the face of tremendous odds, is nothing less than a miracle. A miracle only a Satyavesha avatar, an empowered soul such as yourself, can perform. Gurudev, I pray at your lotus feet for your blessings to help me follow your instructions and serve you sincerely. Your ever grateful servant, Nandadulal Das.
I haven't prepared anything yet.
Namo Krishnaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Nami. Hare Krishna. His Divine Grace, Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna to all Vaishnavas and Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances and kindly forgive my offenses. On these blessed events of Vyas Puja, our beloved Gurudevs, Srila Prabhupada, the great spiritual master of Islam, I am filled with a sense of gratitude and wonder. I cannot even imagine where would I be today if he had not appeared and blessed us all with your divine benediction here in America. Other than being a traditional Hindu, I was raised in the ignorance of a science of God and the direction of God. But ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada's teaching opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto them. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. We are an ocean of mercy. We are an ocean of mercy, devotion, humbleness, and leader of all. I have been following ISKCON Association for many years, but was fortunate recently to be initiated by your beloved disciple, Adhikrit Maharaj. We are always willing to serve your transcendental Lord's feet properly, and with your kind blessings, and with this, through your renowned books and scriptures, we shall be able to cross the ocean of nescience and ignorance. You are our only ray of hope. Is that by chanting devotion and your mercy, we can achieve the Krishna Prema. We are attending temple regularly, the programs, spiritual festivals, do some seva in association of wonderful devotees, including exalted senior Vaishnavas here in Philadelphia. ISKCON Association is being loved and cherished by people all around most parts of the world. You live in hearts of all sincere devotees. You have touched us all so deeply that we cannot help but look forward to have association of ISKCON senior devotees whenever and wherever possible. Knowing our insignificance, it has caused us to be more grateful and appreciative of your blessings to become Krishna conscious. Last but not least, the holy name is most powerful and has extraordinary potency which is beyond our understanding. O Master of Mercy, O Srila Prabhupada, you are the most beloved and dearmost to Krishna and ISKCON devotees. We are sending this offering to you from our heart. Please accept me and my family at the dust of the lotus feet. O beloved Gurudev, please accept our offerings on this auspicious occasion of 125th anniversary. Jai Guru Maharaj. Hare
Someone's phone. Somebody's phone is ringing and playing some music. I don't know this one. Read that?
Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to you and all the Vaishnava devotees. On your Vyas Puja day, there are so many things to remember about you. This year, I'd like to remember one of your gifts to us, Rath Yatra. You have always been enamored with Rath Yatra, so much so that as a 5-year-old boy, you asked your father for a cart so that you could perform your own festival. Unfortunately, your father didn't have enough money for a carpenter to make one for you, but as Providence would have it, a kind old woman offered you a cart and, with the help of your father, fixed it up and decorated it nicely. You insisted on painting the carts in the original style of Jagannath Puri. You gathered colorful, fragrant flowers. You arranged sumptuous prasadam and gathered your friends to worship the lordships in a small but beautiful festival. You engaged everyone, family members, neighborhood children, their parents. Even the local adults wanted to be a part of your festival. You engaged everyone in the loving celebration of bringing Lord Jagannath in the early 90s. I had been a devotee for a little while and had seen Lord Jagannath in the temple, but to see him high up on his chariot in the middle of the city with his devotees surrounding him, chanting and dancing ecstatically, left my jaw on the floor. I remember the chariot was so big that I had to assist in moving some overhead power lines with the help of a broom to allow their lordship's procession to pass. Your instruction is clear. Give people a chance to see Lord Jagannath and to chant Hare Krishna. But do everything nicely, you say. Do it as well as you can, and Lord Jagannath will be satisfied. As your humble servants, we are endeavoring to honor you by doing just that. So again, on September 25th of this year, the city of Philadelphia will see their lordships in the grand chariot parade. Krishna's name will be chanted loudly for everyone to hear. Their bellies will be full of Mahaprasad, and their hearts will be touched by the Lord's mercy. In his book, Encounters with the Lord of the Universe, my Guru Maharaj has said, Jagannath came to the West of his own accord because he wanted to. But it was you that facilitated his arrival, and for that, we cannot honor you enough. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for all of your teachings, for your kind mercy, and for Rath Yatra, this most enjoyable pastime of the world. So, your servant, Shri Krishna.
Dear respected Srila Prabhupada, please accept our respectful obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, pioneer of all those who are preaching the glories of the Lord's holy names, for saving countless fallen conditioned souls by imparting the transcendental science of Krishna consciousness and for fulfilling Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prophecy. Prithvite Achel Chattanagar Gram Sarvatra Prachar Hoive Moranam. In every town and village, the chanting of my name will be heard. As a result of Srila Prabhupada's selfless generosity, thousands of devotees are now conducting Krishna Bhakti at temples all over the world. Indeed, decades upon generations will be eternally grateful to Srila Prabhupada for providing them with wonderful opportunities to return home, back to Godhead, by reading and following his transcendental books. My family is eternally obliged to you because you have showered us with your inexplicable kindness of unlimited, profound love for Krishna and his lovely devotees. Our humble prayer to you on this most distinguished day of your divine appearance in this material world is that please give us the strength to follow your divine instructions with faith and conviction. Please bless us that we can properly follow your footsteps, mold our lives according to the examples you so mercifully set, and please bestow upon us the ability to work together despite the obstacles we face. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for opening our eyes and enabling us to see. We promise to redouble our efforts to honestly chant the holy name and to study your transcendental works on a regular basis. Your insignificant servants, Sukada Das, Subhadra Gopi Devi Dasi, Darshan Krishna Das, and Adi Seshdas.
Somebody else wants to.
Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glory to you on this auspicious day of your 125th appearance. It has been 125 years since this world was graced with your appearance. Almost 56 years since you came to the West to mercifully begin your worldwide preaching mission. Almost 44 years since sadly you departed, and 41 years since I was so fortunate to meet your disciples, begin to read your books, and learn of the true purpose of faith from your teachings. You are so appropriately named Abhay Charan, one who is fearless, having taken shelter of Lord Krishna's feet, and you are so fearless, embarking at the age of 69 on a treacherous journey to America on a cargo ship with only $7 in Indian rupees, armed with 200 sets of Srimad Bhagavatams, and knowing no one. But you were never alone because Krishna was your constant companion, always watching over his dear devotee. With so much determination, you established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness and continued boldly with your preaching mission of Lord Chaitanya, circling the globe 14 times, establishing over 100 temples, and bringing the teachings of Lord Krishna to thousands of people on 6 different continents. Where would we be if you hadn't come? I have often lamented that I never had your personal association, for you had departed before I learned of you in this Krishna consciousness movement. But I truly understand how fortunate I am because you left a treasure trove of wealth in your teachings, including over 70 volumes of books, lectures, and so importantly, in your personal example. You truly live forever in your divine instructions. I am so indebted to you for all of your sacrifices. So on this auspicious day of the 125th anniversary of your appearance, as I reflect on that, on all that you have done for me and mankind in general, and how little I have done for you, I beg for your mercy and blessings that I can improve and increase my service to assist you in spreading Lord Chaitanya's movement, and hopefully somehow one day please you. Thank you so much, Srila Prabhupada, your aspiring servant. Yes.
Thank you. Dear Srila Prabhupada, I'm reading this on behalf of my son Maury, because he cannot read for himself. Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you. I was born with a disability, and I'm unable to express myself verbally properly. My communication is that of a child, yet I am 34 years old. My parents, who are aware of my disposition, are expressing my sentiments on my behalf. On the occasion of your 125th Vyas Puja, I would like to thank you for coming to the West to spread Krishna consciousness. It is because of you that even a childlike person like myself can learn how to please Lord Krishna. You said that anyone, even a child, can take part in the transcendental sound vibration of the Maha Mantra without any previous qualification, but that this chanting should be heard from the lips of a pure devotee. Srila Prabhupada, I listen to you chanting, and I am able to chant 2 rounds of the Maha Mantra daily, as well as participating in kirtan with my parents. I also listen to the Krishna book reading every night as my mother reads to the family. It is because of you, Srila Prabhupada, that I am able to approach the Lord to make a daily offering of food, flowers, water, and tulsi leaves. I'm indebted to you, Srila Prabhupada, for allowing me to be engaged in devotional service, even in this life, despite my disability. Your servant, Omari Omari.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Everybody sing after me. It will be very pleasing to Srila Prabhupada. We do it for Srila Prabhupada. And it is. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami anniversary, appearance day, everybody chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at His lotus feet. Our respectful obeisances are unto you, O spiritual master, servant of Bhaktisiddhanta Swami, Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami. Your kindly preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya gave and delivering the Western countries, which are filled with impersonalism and voidism. I just want to say I'm very moved by everyone's homages to Srila Prabhupada on his 125th appearance anniversary. I'm not sure that we can truly understand how great Prabhupada is and was in his presence on this earth. It's hard to understand, just as one of my granddaughters, I was trying to explain what infinity was. And once you start looking at Prabhupada's accomplishments and who he was, very soon you end up understanding that just like Krishna, whose qualities are infinite, Prabhupada was amazing beyond our comprehension. This is my 43rd or 44th year of doing this on Prabhupada's appearance. Since Prabhupada's departure. And it doesn't really get any easier. It's a very emotional time of year for most of his disciples. As I reflect today, I wonder if Prabhupada's vision and mission that he gave us are being realized. As disciples, he was very grateful for our efforts and service, and mentioned it many times. But he also expected us to carry on his mission. We say you are kindly preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya gave and delivering the Western countries. Well, we are the main Western country that Prabhupada came to start his mission. And the first purpose of his ISKCON is to systematically propagate spiritual knowledge to society at large. Wake up, folks. Our little isolated community is not society at large. If I were grading all of us, I'd give us a C- at best. As we show our love for Prabhupada today, let's remember how he told us how to show our love for him. His famous instruction was, your love for me will be shown by how you cooperate to push on this mission. Cooperation does not come naturally in Kali Yuga. Quarrel and hypocrisy is the order of the day. We must learn to cooperate. Just think of the cooperation we would have if we had just 5% of our classes on teaching us how to cooperate. What if that was part of our regular spiritual training? In Bhakti Shastra, in Disciples Course, in Bhagavatam class, in Gita classes. It's such an important way to show our love for Srila Prabhupada. If he told us that cooperation was the way to show our love, then I'm not sure over the last 55 years how we've missed such an important piece of how to show our love to Srila Prabhupada. Let us show our love for Prabhupada today by using our intelligence and committing to organize ourselves and our community to achieve ISKCON's first purpose of propagating spiritual knowledge to society at large, and show Prabhupada our love by making cooperation our priority. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone. The homages have been really great. I'm not sure how much more I have to add, but here's my offering. I was born in the darkest ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Prabhupada said during a lecture that we have a debt to pay because we have received this knowledge of Krishna consciousness from the Guru. It is not only our duty to become Krishna conscious, but to share this knowledge with others. We can see from Prabhupada's life that he took so many risks to spread Krishna consciousness. He came to the West without anything but determination and faith in Krishna. He fulfilled the wish of his spiritual master and the prediction of Lord Chaitanya to spread the chanting of the holy name. He created not only a society of devotees, but also lasting instructions. There are so many books, lectures, and recordings for us to learn from. There are countless temples and devotees as well. I really appreciate the creation of the Vani source, which makes Prabhupada's teachings easy to access. Listening to Prabhupada's lectures is so potent. The teachings are simple. Chant Hare Krishna, study and try to follow the orders of the spiritual master. Then share Krishna consciousness with others. In this way, we will be able to develop a love for Krishna. I pray that we can work together and find innovative ways to continue the mission of our dear Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. नमामि विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रसारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे. So today is very auspicious day, 125th anniversary, appearance anniversary of Sri Prabhupada, whose glories are unlimited. Nobody actually can describe it in full. And Prabhupada, actually somebody, Tamal Krishna Maharaj asked Prabhupada so many times that Prabhupada, you please give us your real identity. And Prabhupada, I heard in the lecture that he said that Lord Krishna sent me from his spiritual world to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. So actually, that's what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj, his Guru, Sri Prabhupada's Guru Maharaj told him that we go to Western countries and preach. So Sri Prabhupada came to actually take us all with you to the spiritual world, and that was the main purpose. Sri Prabhupada had that many difficulties actually coming here to the USA, especially also in India and in US also, but he didn't care about those difficulties. He trusted Lord Krishna very much and with full faith, and he tries to spread Krishna's glory and spread Krishna consciousness. So Srila Prabhupada, you are my exclusive worshipable spiritual master, and as a disciple, I am to be directed by you always. Thank you for your constant directions throughout my life, through your classes and your books. You have given everything to the whole world, so everyone can engage their body and mind in Krishna consciousness activities and make this human life sublime. As for your spiritual master's instructions, you gave the greatest importance to the writing, printing and distribution of your books. You are the manifestation of Lord Krishna's inconceivable potency, and you are the most intimate servant of Him. You practically showed us how to depend fully on Krishna with full conviction. I cannot imagine my life without your teaching, videos, lectures, kirtans, all these strong temples, and most dear devotees. You showed us how to use everything in service of Krishna and how to avoid things which are unfavorable to our Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, thank you for everything you have given me. Although I am the most fallen soul, I do not deserve your mercy. Please continue to bless me so I can read your nectarine books and follow your instructions seriously. My only prayer is that I am fully surrendered to your lotus feet. Your most insignificant servant, Hare
Haryashva, would you like to speak?
This is his bruise. So I'm grateful I'm here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. The bruise offering to Srila Prabhupada. Because, my dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my prostrated obeisances in the dust of your lotus feet on this blessed occasion of your 125th appearance day. Offer this humble song that expresses my appreciation with the sacrifices that you made in order for us to be able to take up the practice of devotional service. I pray that I can spend the balance of my life following in your footsteps by sharing Krishna consciousness with as many people as possible. And here is Savior of the Fallen. In 1965, you set out across the ocean to the land so far away, so far from your home. You didn't know anyone there. You didn't know which way to turn. But deep within your heart, you felt complete protection, Prabhupada. With faith in your holy message that we all live eternally, you left your home in Vrindavan to give us life and set us free. You set the perfect example and put it down for all to see. You changed our lives. You changed history. To each page, your personal ecstasy. Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Savior of the fallen souls. The force of your purity turned our minds away from our petty games, and made us long to play with Krishna in Goloka and dance with Mahaprabhu. And we can never know defeat, Prabhupada, remembering you, Prabhupada. You opened many temples so the world could come and see the beauty of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality. You made an army of preachers, a transcendental company, in every language, your mercy, a flood through the BPT. Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Savior of the fallen souls. Your eternal servant, all about your Bhattacharya. That's so sweet. You know, there's not much for me to say. All I can think of is that Srila Prabhupada was so merciful, so kind to me. I thought that I'd be his true disciple, and I knew I was much too full. And he knew it too. But he was so kind that he left his disciples to take care of me. By the grace, Sattvadas Goswami gave me Diksha and initiated me to the chanting of the holy name. But I was reflecting today that so many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, so many who were friends and brothers, they're all my superiors, and all of them have been so merciful through the years that the debt that I owe is just endless. So all I can say, when I think of thanking Srila Prabhupada, I have to first thank all of his disciples. There's such a wealth of Srila Prabhupada living within his disciples. And if we just serve, or just show a spark of wanting to serve, immediately they try to help us. So thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
Next, could we have Vishnu Gadam come up, please?
8 minutes before Pushpanjali.
Dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my obeisances at your divine feet. Srila Prabhupada, you write in the Srimad Bhagavatam how the renowned monarch, Maharaj Yudhishthira, desired to bring all the important leaders of his day together for a major sacrificial wedding. You remember? People from all four corners of the earth gathered. As part of the ceremony, many famous and learned individuals were nominated. But the one most qualified person was chosen to receive the first worship, Vyas Puja. Do you know how that works? Okay. Krishna was recognized as the topmost. He was glorified and honored first in front of all the attendees, which was part of Yudhishthira's plan all along, to have all the global leaders bow to Lord Krishna and participate in a grand arti vibrating Lord Krishna's names to purify their hearts. Right? Okay. I am envisioning a similar function being held today on the 125th anniversary of your appearance, Srila Prabhupada. Let all the leaders of the world gather and nominate the greatest person of our lifetime. Undoubtedly, some of the attendees would put forward those identified as persons of the year or of the decade, powerful presidents, great scientists, generals, entertainers, philanthropists, industrialists, popes, who may have all come forward on the world stage and either have vanished or will do so shortly. Bill Gates might be suggested as the ideal man. Some would bow to Ronald Reagan. Over the last 60 years, many celebrated people have come and gone, but if we take a close look, we see that all of them were driven by strong personal motives. Their welfare work, if any, is restricted to a small section of humans, and because none has an inkling of his or her actual identity, not even one has a clue how to bestow lasting benefit on anyone, even to their own group. Therefore, today, we joyfully nominate and recognize you, Srila Prabhupada, as most worthy to receive first honor. Srila Prabhupada, we stand witness that exactly following the footsteps and example of your spiritual master, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan and Lord Gauranga himself, you did not kill the Shishupals you encountered, me included, but you munificently uplifted us and, without charging a penny, gave us the most precious gift, the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. We bear witness that to this day, without personal motive, you continue to liberate eternally conditioned souls in all kinds of material bodies who have been condemned to a long, harsh sentence in this temporary world by engaging us in the service of Lord Gauranga. Thus, the doors of the deathless transcendental kingdom of unlimited happiness have been made available and open to everyone by your grace. We therefore nominate you as the most worthy, and in so doing, we purify our hearts and our very existence. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. We have a few more minutes if anybody else has a short offering.
I want to first thank all of you for being my teachers in spiritual life. I want to thank Srila Prabhupada for being the supreme teacher in my spiritual life. My dearest Srila Prabhupada, your gifts of grace have filled our souls with longing, hope, and purpose. No turning back to empty lives directed by our senses. You're Vani, wise. Our hearts now yearn for freedom from offenses. You've shown us how to navigate this world of tricks and dangers through steady minds and thoughts sublime of Krishna's words and pastimes. His holy names have filled us with desire for life eternal.
Jai.
So in a few minutes, we're going to be singing Shri Guru Charana Padma, which is a bhajan by Srila Narottam Das Thakur to his Gurudev, Srila Loknath Das Goswami. And in this particular bhajan, I just wanted to go over really fast the meaning because it's very central to who we are as aspiring disciples in the line of Srila Prabhupada, in the line of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in the line of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and also in the line of Srila Rupa Goswami Bhatt. So while they're removing the offerings, we'll just quickly go over.
Just sit down. Right now she's speaking. It'd be nice if everybody sat down and listened.
So, Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bandhamui Savadana Mate Jahara Prashade Bhai Eva Bhava Turiya Jai Krishna Bhakti Hoy Jaha Hoyte. That basically the lotus feet of Shri Guru, in this case Srila Prabhupada, is our soul shelter in order to be able to attain what? Prema Bhakti. That we are doing vandana, we are doing bandhamui savadhan, very carefully, vandanam onto his lotus feet. And then moving forward, Guru Mokhe Padma Bhakya, Jitete Koreya Aikya, that whatever Shri Guru speaks, it should come within our heart. And we should make this our life and soul. So anything that Guru speaks, it should become more dear to us than our life itself. So Srila Prabhupada's teachings, it should become even more dear to us than anything that we might hear elsewhere. Adana Puriho Mane Asha, that I have no desire for anything else. Shri Guru Charani Rati, Ese Uttama Gati, Jai Prashadi Guru Sarva Asha, that basically Shri Guru Charani Rati, that attachment to the lotus feet of Shri Guru, it is our only, it is our highest goal, it is our highest attachment, Uttama Gati. So Jai Prashadi Guru Sarva Asha. We will continue with Pushpanjali by Sriman Vishnu Gada Prabhu, but thank you so much.
Adishesha, can you take this wire and put it near the wall so nobody trips?
Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, I just want to thank some devotees who made today possible, starting with Sita Devi Dasi and beautiful Vyasa decorations, and Dira Prabhu also helped with that. I don't know who else. That's it? Okay. Ina Daya, my god sister and beloved friend, they're helping me today. Also, the cooks, the Shnikada Prabhu, my husband, and there were other cooks as well. They were there since 6 in the morning, so thank you. Who else? Shnikada also coordinated the Vyas Puja book, and thank you to everybody that submitted their offering. Avita Krishna. So everybody that submitted their offering, thank you for doing that. So we have a nice book to offer to Srila Prabhupada today. Thank you to Baba Vajra Prabhu, our temple president, for forming the Vyas Puja team to organize this. You saw the banner out front. I would like to keep that for the rest of the year because we'll be celebrating Prabhupada's 125th anniversary all year long. And thank you to Rajarya for printing that. And also the posters. Hare Krishna. Anybody else we want to thank? Yeah. 150 cracks for Srila Prabhupada. So thank you to everybody. Haribol. Jai. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. 72 hours straight with no sleep. So thank you, Dr. for helping.
Hare Krishna, we're going to do Pushpanjali. We'll chant the whole Mangalacharana and then back to Srila Prabhupada's Pranam mantras. So please repeat after me. We'll sing. The whole time we'll go through it one time and then just Prabhupada's Pranam. Om Nirantasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Vadamahyam Vadati Sapandantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Juta Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Magana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Samagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Acharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namane Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Upanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Manta Harine Namo Gaurakishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambha Sambodhe Padam Pujaya Te Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namane Gaura Shakti Surupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Avirbhava Bhumanistam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpa Gurubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Namaha Pancha Tattva Atmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते जायतं सुरतमंगो मम मतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्वादाम्भोजो श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहनो दिव्या वृंदारण्या कल्पद्रुमधा श्रीमद् रत्नाकर सिंहासनस्थो श्री राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमद् सारम्भी वंशीवत तथा कर्षन्देनु गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीयेष्णुनाथ गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत भक्तवृंद Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Vinamare Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Desha Pushpanjali Srila Prabhupada ki Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali Let the ladies in there. That's the ladies. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Vinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Esha Pushpanjali
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. How are you?
Hare Krishna. 1 second.
See, it takes the man's voice. So now we're going to have noon arti, led by Vishnu and offered by Mother and Mama. We have cookies made by Bhakta Ed. I forgot to thank him. Yay, Ed. He made lemon cookies. They're vegan, no nuts. Okay, for those with allergies. No nuts, vegan. So everybody, first we have children, young children, come up first, okay? So allow the children to come up, and then women with babies, not if their kids are in college, okay? That doesn't count anymore. So women with young children, after the children can come up. This is how Prabhupada did it, okay? Women, so first the young children who come up by themselves, then the women with young children. Then before two lines, the Prabhus over here and the Matajis over here. Okay? Got it?
Sri Guru Charan Padma Kevala Bhagat Sabda Sri Guru Sri Guru Sharana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sattva Sri Guru Krishna Prapti Jai
प्रसाद प्रसाद ले लो प्रसाद
Namo Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha, Krishna, Gopa, Gopinath, Shyam Kund, Radha Kund ki भी गोवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, समवेता भक्त वृंद की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, गौ प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Hari Hari Bol.
Namaste.
Here he is. He's right here.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Hiranya
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you again to everybody who came. This was an amazing turnout for Providence. Yes.
Let me just sit for 2 more minutes, please. So I will be quick. Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa celebrations will not be complete if we don't have anything on book distribution. So I just wanted to announce a small offering on the part of the book distribution team from yesterday. So after many years, the book distribution team within the temple were able to distribute more than 100 books on the auspicious day of Janmashtami. So this included one Srimad Bhagavatam set towards Guru Purnima, and more than $700 of Lakshmi were also collected. So that's a small offering from the distribution team. One more quick announcement, and this goes back to what Devi Deva Prabhu said on the principle of cooperation. As the first principle in ISKCON, and as many of us would be aware that ISKCON worldwide is coming together, all the temples in different parts of the countries and continents, they have pledged to distribute 25,000 Srimad Bhagavatam sets. And this is leading up to the Bhadra Purnima, which is on 20th of September. Next month, we are already there, 3 weeks from today. So as a part of that, ISKCON Philadelphia has also pledged 40 sets, which is not a lot considering the size of our congregation. Each family member in our congregation, even if they know 1 or 2 families, they can use this opportunity to give the Srimad Bhagavatam to those families, or if they don't have, they can also take a Srimad Bhagavatam set for themselves. Each set is only $260 and it is in 6 languages: English, Hindi, Gujarati, Bengali, Tamil, Telugu. We have forms outside in the temple foyer on the table. If someone is interested, please come forward. And would you like to send the Srimad Bhagavatam set? We will take care of it as a temple, and there is no shipping cost. You just give us the person's name, his address, or her address, and we will ship it for you. So this is something that you can do for Srila Prabhupada and also for ISKCON worldwide for this. And a small pastime that I also want to share with you. On the Bhadra Purnima, way back in 1956, Srila Prabhupada took sannyas. And when everyone was asking him, are you going to the USA? So Prabhupada said, I'm not going to the USA, Srimad Bhagavatam is going to the USA. And after 8 years from Prabhupada taking sannyas in 1956, from 9 years, Srila Prabhupada here, Srimad Bhagavatam got here, and the rest is history. So this is also very auspicious in the history of ISKCON, and Srila Prabhupada on the day of Bhadra Purnima also took sannyas. So I think that's what I have to say on the part of the book distribution team. We will be outside. I will be outside. If anyone is interested in taking a set, please stop.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today. I just want to say that if you want to donate towards the 125th Vyas Puja for Srila Prabhupada, for the Vyasa decoration or the feast, anything else, we have the book and the banner. And towards any of those, if you want to make a donation, please feel free to say it. That's all. Thank you very much. Happy Vyasa Puja, everybody.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Perpadi ka Vyas Puja ka, prasadam ka kita pasti.